Hi, this is the video lesson on the comprehension skill of making inferences. Making inferences. Okay, the word inference means a logical conclusion or a guess that we make based on logical clues. So to infer something means to make a guess based on logical evidence or based on evidence. There are two kinds of questions, comprehension questions that we get on reading tests like the GED and the high set. One is just straight comprehension. They ask a question, we can look at the passage and point to the answer. Here's where the answer is. The other kind of question that we see requires us to make inferences or draw conclusions, is another way people sometimes say this. That means we can't point to where the answer is in the passage. We have to look at the passage and put clues together and make a guess, make a logical guess based on those clues. So you should have printed out this handout or opened it up so you can look at it, called Making Inferences. It's in Files in Canvas. And we're going to start at the bottom of the first page. It says number 4, but it's the bottom. So look at the top. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then down at the bottom of the front it says 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the back it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the top and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the bottom. So we're on the front at the very bottom, number 4, that begins, "There used to be camels in West Texas." Okay, here we go. I'm going to read it and then we're going to see what we mean by drawing inferences. "There used to be camels in West Texas. The army brought the camels from Africa. The camels could travel long distances without water, so the army used them to carry big loads. But the camels were hard to manage. They spit at the drivers and bit them. Many camels ran away and were never found." Okay? All right. So take a look over at question number 4, right across from it. It says, "Which of these sentences is probably true?" So that's one way we might get an inference question. Which of these sentences is probably true? But another way that a question like this might be expressed is, which of these is an inference, or which of these things can be probably guessed from the passage, something like that. Can't think. All right, so take a look. Which of these sentences is probably true? Now, because we're looking for inferences, none of these is going to be directly stated in the passage, but we are going to be able to put clues in the passage together to make a guess about it. Oh, sorry. Which of these sentences is probably true? The camels could carry only small loads. Okay, there's nothing in the passage about how much a camel could carry. So there is no clue there that would allow us to make that inference, to make that guess. There's nothing in the passage about the different weights that camels can carry. Letter B. The army still uses camels in West Texas. Well, look at the passage. The third sentence says the camels could, if the camels bit them and spit at them and they were hard to manage and a lot of them ran away and were never found, then it's not likely that the army still uses camels. Doesn't seem like the experience was a very good one. So they probably don't use camels anymore. But look at letter C. West Texas does not have much water. Okay, look at sentence 3 here. The camels could travel long distances without water. So that seems to have been a benefit of trying to use camels. They didn't end up using camels because they were bad-tempered and they ran away, but they could go long distances without water. So we can infer We can make a guess, a logical guess, that letter C is true because it says camels could travel long distances without water. So we assume that means that West Texas didn't have much water if they were using camels there. Okay, so we infer that letter C is true. Let's try another one. Look at the top of this same page where it says, the very first one, number 1. Long ago, a man named Zenger owned a small newspaper. It was called the New York Weekly Journal. Zenger wrote a story about the English governor. The governor was mad. He said Zenger did not write the truth about him. The governor took Zenger to court and charged him with lying. The court said Zenger was not guilty. Okay, so over on the right-hand side, which of these sentences is probably true? The question could also say, what inference can we draw from this passage? What inference can we draw from this passage? Okay, A, the court believed Zenger's story was not true. Okay, it doesn't say anywhere in the passage that the court believed that Zenger's story was true, but it does say, the last sentence, the court said Zenger was not guilty. So we can infer, we can make a logical guess from that sentence that the court believed him, because why would they find him not guilty if they didn't believe him? All right. B, the governor was fired by the king. Well, maybe this did happen because of this case, but there's nothing in the passage, no evidence in the passage that allows us to infer that. Okay, and C, the governor, sorry, I'm very sleepy. The governor sold Zenger's printing press. Well, maybe the governor was mad at him, right? He thought Zenger wrote a bad story about him. And maybe later he seized and confiscated Zenger's printing press. But there's nothing in the passage, no evidence in the passage that allows us to make that inference. All right, one more. Turn the paper over. On the back at the top, the second one at the top, number 2. The Amazon River runs through the largest rainforest on Earth. The trees and plants in the rainforest help us by making oxygen for the Earth. Over the last 30 years, great parts of these rainforests have been cut down. Okay, look over on the right. Which of these things can we infer, and which of these things is stated or a fact in the passage? So, the first one, A, the Amazon River runs through a rainforest. Well, it says that in the very first sentence, the Amazon River runs through the largest rainforest on Earth. So that is stated in the passage. It's a statement, all right? Letter B, the rainforest plants make oxygen. This says it in sentence 2, the trees and plants in the rainforest help us by making oxygen for Earth. So that's stated in the passage. Letter C, 30 years ago, the jungle gave off more oxygen. It doesn't say that anywhere in the passage, right? But it does say that over the last 30 years, large parts of the rainforest have been cut down. So if the rainforest is what makes oxygen, and over the last 30 years, a lot of that rainforest has been cut down, then it's logical to make a guess that 30 years ago, before all these trees started getting cut down, the jungle was making more oxygen. So we can infer from this passage, we can make the logical guess from this passage that C is the case. And letter D, the Amazon is a river. The passage says the Amazon River. So that's a statement in the passage. All right, so you can try some of the others on here and let me know if you have any questions. All right, thanks.